talk about them. As I said earlier today, the only reliable way I can get you to treat me like a friend is if I treat you like a friend. And these rules work in all relationships. Rule number one is the one that I demonstrated in my first, role play with Beth. I'm going to refuse to give you the power to get me angry. Because if I get angry, I'm really doing it to myself. I lose, I look like an idiot, you're going to have no respect for me, and you're going to continue doing to me exactly what keeps me afraid of you. Secondly, anger is the biological drive to defeat our enemies. That's what anger is biologically, the drive to defeat our enemies. So if I'm angry at you, I am treating you like you're my enemy, and you treat me back like an enemy. Rule number two. Oh, I forgot to. Okay. Rule number two. I'm going to treat whatever you tell me as the words of my best friend. No matter how nasty or critical or angry you are, I will tell myself that the reason you're talking to me like this is because you love me and care about me and are trying to help me. So if you call me an idiot, it is not because you're looking to hurt me, it's because you want me to be smarter. So shouldn't I be happy that you want me to be smarter? And I'll ask you how you think I can be smarter. If you call me a fatso, it is not because you're looking to hurt me, it's because you want me to go on a diet and get in shape and be healthier. So I will be grateful for whatever you have to tell me. It does not mean that I have to believe what you're telling me because you're my friend. I don't have to believe I'm an idiot just because you're calling me one. And I don't have to do what you're telling me because you're my friend. If you go tell me to go jump in front of a Mack truck, I'm not going to go commit suicide because you're my friend. But I'll realize that the reason you're telling me to go kill myself is because I'm acting like a jerk and I should improve my behavior. Rule number three. I will not be afraid of you. Do we fear friends or enemies? Who do we fear, friends or enemies? Yeah, by definition. So if I am afraid of you, I am treating you like you're my enemy, and you'll treat me back like an enemy. Secondly, if I'm afraid of you, I automatically lose. It's the weaker position. All living creatures are programmed to try to win. So if I'm afraid of you, I'm making you win, I'm giving you power over me, and you are likely to keep on doing to me exactly what keeps me afraid of you. And it's not necessarily conscious on your part. You're not necessarily thinking consciously, oh, I'm going to scare Izzy because if Izzy's afraid of me, I win and he loses. But the very fact that I'm afraid of you, I'm making you win, so you are likely to keep on doing to me exactly what keeps me afraid of you. This rule about not being afraid is especially important for kids who are being threatened physically. They're afraid they're going to get beaten up by other kids in school. If we're kids in school, for you to defeat me, you don't have to beat me up. In fact, you're not allowed to beat me up, and you know it. You know you'll probably get into serious trouble if you beat me up. For you to defeat me, all you need to do is to make me afraid that you're going to beat me up. As long as I'm afraid you're going to beat me up, you already won. So I tell kids, stop being afraid. Yeah, maybe these kids are big and scary looking, but they're not trying to hurt you. They're playing a mind game with you. They're trying to scare you. And if you're afraid of them, you lose. So stop being afraid of them. They're not allowed to hurt you. And you'll see that before long they stop threatening you because it doesn't work anymore. But they'll also respect you more because they can't scare you. One of my most recent clients was a 14-year-old boy in high school, not a very big kid, but he told me that there's this big kid in school who in the hallway would bump into him. So he's terrified of this big kid. He stays away from him. He stays at the other end of the hallway. I told him, stop being afraid of him. He's not looking to hurt you. He could easily hurt you if he wanted to. He's twice your size. He's just trying to scare you. So don't be afraid. He's not going to hurt you. Show him you're not afraid of him. So he went back to school. He stopped being afraid. He stopped avoiding the kid. And in a couple of days, they started becoming friends. They're now good friends. Now, you have to realize that if we're kids and you're specifically bumping into me in the hallway every day, there must be a reason. Maybe you like me. So you're not going to hug me. We're guys. You're not going to hug me. So you'll bump into me maybe because you like me. So how do you know why he's bumping into you? Maybe he likes you. So stop avoiding him. Maybe he'll be a friend. There are exceptions. There are exceptions to everything I say. Sometimes you should be afraid of other people. How do you know when you should be afraid of somebody? The best predictor of future behavior is past behavior. So if the kids who are threatening you have beaten you up before, of course they might beat you up again. If they beat up other kids, they might beat you up too. But if the kids who are threatening you are not beating up anybody, stop being afraid of them. They're just trying to scare you. Rule number 4. I will not defend myself from you. Do we defend ourselves from friends or enemies? By definition, we defend ourselves from enemies. So if I defend myself, I am treating you like you're my enemy. Of course, from my point of view, you're the bad guy, you're the enemy. But the very fact that I'm defending myself from you, I am treating you like you're my enemy, and you treat me back like an enemy. Secondly, the defensive position is the weaker position. So I automatically lose by defending myself, and you are likely to keep on attacking me in order to get me to defend myself. So since I don't want you to be my enemy, and I don't want to be the loser, I will not defend myself from you. If I'm on trial in court, of course I'll defend myself. Otherwise, I may have to go to jail or pay a big fine. But most of life is not a court trial. I don't have to prove that you're wrong about what you're saying about me. Now, there's a difference between defending yourself and explaining yourself. If you're my friend and I'm doing something that doesn't seem to be right, I have to explain why I'm doing it. But it's not for the purpose of proving I'm right and you're wrong. That's being hostile. But to a friend, you defend yourself. To a friend, you explain yourself, but we defend ourselves from enemies. Rule number 5, I will not attack you. We attack enemies. So even if you attack me first, I will not retaliate. If I retaliate, you're probably going to attack me again. It'll go back and forth. But if I don't retaliate, you'll probably leave me alone. And if you remember, I demonstrated this with Phil this morning. When he pushed me and I did nothing back, he didn't attack me again. But when I attacked him back, then he attacked me even harder. Rule number 6. This is the most subtle of the rules. Rule number 6. But you rarely have to use rule number 6 if you use rule number 2. The one about treating what people tell you as the words of your best friend, because very little is going to hurt you. Rule number 6, use only once in a blue moon with any given person. The rule is, if you hurt me, I'm only going to let you know that I'm hurt, but I'm not angry at you. If you hurt me, how do I want you to feel about what you did to me? Anybody? I want you to feel sorry. I want you to apologize to me. I'll forgive you, and we'll be on good terms again. But what happens is we tend to get angry when we're hurt. Anger is a biological response to pain or fear of pain. We don't get angry at people when they make us feel good. We only get angry when they hurt us, or we're afraid they're going to hurt us, and we want to make them stop. There's an instantaneous step in our brains from pain to anger. It goes like that. So let's say you hurt me and now I'm angry at you. What feeling am I showing you? It's not a trick question. I'm angry at you for hurting me. What feeling am I showing you? Anger. If I'm angry at you, what will you probably feel towards me? Yeah, anger tends to bring out anger from the other person. Do I want you to be angry at me if you hurt me? No, it makes no sense. I want you to feel sorry. I'm the one who should be angry. I am the victim. How come you're angry at me? As though you're my victim and I should feel sorry and apologize. So if I get angry at you for hurting me, I will get the opposite of what I want. Instead of you feeling sorry and apologizing, now you're angry at me as though I should apologize. But let's say you hurt me, and all you see is that I'm hurt. I'm not angry at you. I don't have to scare you off or tear you to pieces. I'm just hurt by what you did. How you probably feel if you see that you hurt me, but I'm not angry at you? Sorry, which is exactly what I want. So if you hurt me, I'm only going to let you know that I'm hurt sincerely without anger. Then you'll probably feel bad for what you did to me and apologize. Or if you're angry at me, I will realize that it's because you feel that I hurt you. That's why you're mad at me, because I hurt you in some way. So I'll ask you how I hurt you. You'll be more than happy to tell me. We'll discuss it. I'll apologize if appropriate, and we'll be on good terms again. When it comes to children and insults, I don't teach them that if kids insult you, tell them that they hurt your feelings. They'll laugh at you if you say that. The truth is it shouldn't hurt your feelings. They just want to see you getting upset. If a good friend insults you, it can be okay to tell them that they hurt your feelings because they care about you. But if kids in school are just looking to make a fool out of you, it is foolish to say that your feelings are being hurt when you're insulted. Pretty much limited to real physical pain. Careful, you're breaking my arm, breaking my arm. Or you're going to break my cell phone, careful. But now you insulted me, you hurt my feelings, they'll laugh at you. Now this rule about showing pain rather than anger is especially important for our close relationships. Now so many marriages go bad because somebody hurts their spouse, and instead of the spouse letting them know that they're hurt, the spouse gets angry at them. And they get angry back at their spouse, and they stay angry. Now, sometimes your spouse is going to hurt you. It happens. And it's usually not intentional. So don't get angry at your spouse. Just let them know sincerely how they hurt you. And you'll see that they probably do feel bad for what they did to you and apologize. And this rule about showing pain rather than anger is very useful for dealing with our own children. Children love driving their parents crazy. You saw how much fun my volunteers had this morning when I was getting angry at them. And we're adults, have nobody important in their life, and they had a good time driving me nuts. Imagine you're my child, and ever since you've been born, from morning to night, I'm yelling at you, punishing you, trying to control you. You feel like you're this little creature in jail, and I'm your giant warden. If you can drive me crazy, you know how much fun that is. And when kids are younger, it's even more obvious. They're 2, 3, 4 years old. We're screaming our heads off at them, and they walk around with a smirk on their face. Imagine taking on somebody as tall as the ceiling, thick as a sequoia. You can drive them crazy, and they can't stop you. It's such a rush of power. So children love driving their parents crazy. Then to make matters worse, no matter how lousy our children treat us, we feed them, we do their laundry, we give them allowance, we buy them toys, we bring them play dates, we help them with their homework. We try so hard to make them happy. even though they treat us like trash, how can they possibly respect us? But children do not enjoy hurting their parents. Very few children enjoy knowing that they actually hurt their parents. The problem is our kids do not see that they're hurting us. They only see that we're angry at them. And when we're angry at them, they feel that we want to hurt them. Because anger is an emotional attack. It's preparation for demolishing the other person. So when we're angry at our children, they feel under attack by a giant. So they feel like they're victims. Victims don't feel sorry. Victims want revenge. So instead of getting angry at your children, formulate in your mind how they're hurting you. Because whenever we get angry at our children, it's because they're hurting us in some way. So formulate in your mind how they're hurting you. Let them know sincerely how they're hurting you without any anger, and you'll see that in most cases, they do feel bad for what they did and apologize. So let's say you're my child, and you take forever getting ready for school in the morning. And because of you, I'm coming late to work every day. Instead of screaming you, get ready, I'm always late because of you, why can't you get dressed faster? I'll tell you, I'm coming late to work every day. My boss is threatening to fire me. What am I going to do if I lose my job? How am I going to buy food? How am I going to pay the bills? Let the kids know how they're hurting you. And you'll see that in most cases, they do feel bad and try to improve their behavior. By the way, several months ago, a woman who attended my all-day seminar, she wrote in the evaluation form at the end of the day, in regard to this rule, she wrote, I lost my rebelliousness when I was 12 years old. My father, for the first time in my life, instead of screaming at me, he cried. So I realized that I was hurting him. Let your kids know that they hurt you, but don't get angry at them, and you'll see that they do feel bad and try to improve their behavior. Rule number 7. Now this one is so important. The kids can be doing all of the right things, but this alone can mess everything up. Don't tell on bullies. Now talk to them directly. Today, everybody's insisting that you have to tell on bullies. Most anti-bully programs are based on kids telling the authorities on their peers. The best legal way to get somebody to despise you is to tell on them to the authorities. And if you're not sure about this, try this very simple experiment. The next time your neighbor upsets you, call the police on them. You'll see how popular you're becoming in your neighborhood. Now, if I have a problem with you and I talk to the authorities instead of talking to you, you know how nasty that is? You'll like and respect me much more if I talk to you directly about what you're doing to me than if I go to the authorities. I should only go to the authorities if a crime has been committed or to prevent a crime from happening, or because I want the authorities to teach me how to solve my problem by myself. But if I go to them in order to get you in trouble, you're going to want to beat the crap out of me. Now, very often kids tell on each other. It happens a lot at home among siblings. They're telling their parents on each other all the time. And it's happening more and more in schools now that schools are instructing kids that they have to tell. So I'll ask kids, if I tell on you, are you going to like me? You're going to hate me. So just like you're going to hate me if I tell on you, if you tell on other kids, they're going to hate you also. Let's say you and I have been telling on each other for a long time, and then I stop telling on you. I never tell on you again. Do you think that you're going to keep on telling on me if I never tell on you? You probably feel like a jerk after a while telling on me if I never tell on you, and you'll stop. Let's say I stop telling on you, but for whatever reason you keep on telling on me. You're a big crybaby, or you just dying to get kids in trouble. I never tell on you, but you go around telling on me all of the time. Will the school staff have more respect for you or for me? You tell all the time, and I never tell. Who will the school staff respect more, you or me? Me, because I never tell. So even though schools are instructing kids that they have to tell on each other, the staff doesn't really respect the kids who tell. So it's always to your advantage to be the one who doesn't tell. Only tell if it's an emergency or because you want the staff to teach you how to solve your problem by yourself. Several years ago, I was working with a fourth grader who was being bullied terribly. But he's a smart kid. After the first session, he did a wonderful job, and almost everybody stopped bothering him. But during lunchtime, there was one boy who kept on taking his things from him. After a while, I thought to ask him, "Are you telling on him?" And he told me, "Yeah, he tells the lunch monitor on me all the time, so I tell on him." I told him, "Stop telling on him. Let him tell on you all he wants, but don't tell on him." In 2 days, the problem was over, and the other kid stopped taking his things. And my rule number 8, it's the last one on my list, don't be a sore loser. Nobody wins all of the time, not even Hillary Clinton, not even Tiger Woods, and nobody likes and respects a sore loser. If I play a game against you and I lose, when will you respect me more? If I get angry at you because you won, or if I congratulate you for winning? Congratulate you. If I get angry at you because you won, I lose triple. 1, I lose the game. 2, I lose by getting angry and making myself look like an idiot. And 3, by getting angry, I'm actually encouraging you to do more things that get me angry. But if I congratulate you when you won, even though I lost the game, I'm a social winner. I'm so gracious and mature, I make you feel good. So even if I lose the game, I'm a social winner if I congratulate you. If we're playing a game and I think you cheated, I'll let you know. I won't keep it bottled up inside for fear of upsetting you. I will tell you what I think you did wrong, but I'll tell you nicely without getting angry. If you acknowledge that you did something wrong, fine. If you refuse to admit it, I will not make a big deal about it. We'll keep on playing. It's not the end of the world. The important thing is to enjoy playing the game. If we're a class in school and we're choosing up teams to play a game, and I'm the worst player in the class, if I'm getting angry because nobody is choosing me to be on their team, that is not going to make anybody want to choose me to be on their team. But if I'm a good sport, I recognize that I'm a lousy player. I thank you for picking me to be on your team, even though I bring the whole team down. I let you know that you guys play so well, I wish I could play like you. Then you'll be happy to pick me to be on your team because I'm a good sport, even though I'm a lousy player. If I'm a good sport, people will always be happy to have me on their team. So it's important to teach kids not to be sore losers. I'm not doing this now. Now it's important not only to teach kids how to handle being bullied, it's also important to teach adults and staff to respond correctly when they're being bullied. If the staff, how did that happen? I don't need the PowerPoint on at the moment. If the teachers respond wrong when they're being bullied, can we expect the students to respond correctly when they're being bullied? Now, the students are the models for the teachers. So if the teachers respond wrong, they're teaching the kids to respond wrong also. Many adults believe that freedom of speech is wonderful, but it does not apply to cursing. They believe that the sound vibrations caused by curse words are far more destructive than the sound vibrations caused by other kinds of words. I'm going to play a teacher, and I need a volunteer to come up here and play a student, but I need a volunteer who's willing to curse me. Can I do this in a church? Is there a minister around here who can give me a waiver to do this? Now, any minister I've ever met said that it's okay to do this as a demonstration. I hope they're right. Can anybody play a student who's willing to curse me? Again, I wish I had kids here. It's so much easier with kids. Okay, good job. Put this on, please.
You better stay awake.
You don't have it good on your ear.
I know that.
Is this mic? Okay. I assume your name is Albert?
I am Albert.
Okay. Now let's say...
This is really loud.
Okay. That's okay. Let's say you just got a failing test mark back, and you were going to curse out the teacher, Mr. Kalman, because he failed you on the test. Good.
Mr. Kalman, I just got a really bad grade, and you're full of not very nice things.
Say anything about crap or something. Crap isn't that bad, is it? Okay, so you're full of crap.
Okay, this is really a bunch of... Here's my senior pastor. Crap!
Where's the pastor?
I'm teasing you.
Oh, okay.
I'm teasing.
Okay.
I'm teasing.
Okay. It's like, this is full of crap.
This is full of crap. I did better than this. You're wrong.
You will not use that word in school.
Okay.
Now you
No.
apologize to me.
I'm apologizing to you for using that word in school, even though I meant it.
What do you mean you meant it? You can't use that word in school, not with a teacher.
Yes, you are the teacher. I agree with you. But it's just a word. I'm not doing well at this, am I? See, I told you I was no good.
Okay. You're a kid, you're angry because I failed you on the test. It's for teaching purposes. Don't be afraid to use these words. You're angry at me, so you're going to curse me out. Let's start again.
Okay. I got to work up and I can pretend. Okay, here we go. I worked really hard on this test and you graded it wrong. This grade is full of crap.
You will not talk to a teacher that way.
But this grade is full of crap.
You will not talk like that to a teacher. Now you apologize to me.
I'm sorry that this grade is full of crap.
You will not use that word here. Now you apologize right now.
What am I apologizing for? This is full of crap.
You will not use that word. Now you apologize right now. You go to the principal's office.
He's nice. You're not nice because you're full of crap.
I am very nice. Now you apologize. Now give me one more chance to apologize. You go to the principal's office.
Again, he's still nice and this is full of crap. Those principals are really nice people.
Stop being such a smart aleck. I'm going to give you one more chance to apologize. You go to the principal's office.
Okay. I'll go to the principal's office and tell him that this is full of crap.
Get out of my class.
Okay.
Get right out. You're not coming back to school.
Ever?
Both your parents come here. Both your parents are going to come.
Well, who's going to pay your salary?
Get out of my class. Stop talking back to me. Okay, good job. Okay, let's get down to record applause. Good job.
Oh, we're not done yet. You're next, men.
Albert, did I make you like me?
No, I don't like you very much right now.
Did I make you respect me?
There was no respect coming back from me.
If other kids were watching, which one of us would they respect more?
Wouldn't be the adult. So they would most likely respect the child for standing up for what he believed in.
Yeah, you're standing up to the teacher. You're not afraid of the teacher. You use whatever language you want. You'll get the respect of most of the students.
Yes.
Albert, did I make you want to stop cursing me out?
Yes, there was simply no, I can't. I gotta go. I can't go past knowledge.
Did you stop?
I didn't stop. You made me keep swearing, saying bad things.
Yeah, in fact, if you weren't in the church, you might have said worse words.
it's possible.
This is crap. So I didn't make you stop. Did I make you want to learn from me?
No, I learned lots from you, though.
Yeah, but you didn't want to learn from
Not
me.
what you were trying to teach me.
Yeah. I'm losing a student here. If he does come back from the principal's office, he's going to sit in my class spaced out. He's going to do things to annoy me. I'm getting paid a salary to teach him, and I'm losing him because I'm denying him freedom of speech. Did I make you feel that I care about you?
No.
I care about my pride. You're going to talk to me like this going to the principal's office. I'm helping destroy this student's future. I'm pushing Albert to become more antisocial. I'm making him hate the teacher, hate school. He doesn't want to learn. He wants to keep on cursing. If I get him sent to the principal's office too often, he might stop coming to school altogether. He'll be a dropout. Or maybe he'll get sent to school for problem kids, which also leads to worse problems. I'm helping destroy his future, and I'm doing this in a country where we pride ourselves on freedom of speech. Freedom of speech is in the First Amendment. It is a cornerstone of democracy. We ridicule places that don't have freedom of speech, and here I am helping destroy his future by denying him freedom of speech. Now we're going to do it again. You're going to curse me out because I failed you, but this time I'm going to give you freedom of speech and treat you like a friend. Curse me out all you want.
This grade is still full of crap. You're a crappy teacher. Why did you do this to me?
Am I really such a bad teacher?
Well, you graded this really poorly.
I mean, you got a 50. You mean I marked things wrong that are really right?
Yes, because my essay here that I wrote is really a good essay. There's like 7 different points in here that are really good. You missed those. So it was a crappy grade.
I read it pretty carefully, Albert, but a lot of the things that you wrote just were not correct. You know,
Which parts weren't correct?
Albert, I have a free period at 2 o'clock. Come by at 2 o'clock, I'll sit with you, I'll go over the test with you, I'll show you what you did wrong. You know, if I discover that I marked it unfairly, I'll improve the grade.
So I have to give extra time because you did a crappy job?
I don't think I did a lousy job, but come by, I'll sit with you. Come by at 2 o'clock, I'll sit with you. Do you have another class at that time?
No, I don't.
So come by at 2 o'clock, I'll sit with you, we'll see what happened. Because I want you to do well. I know you wrote so much stuff, but I think you missed kind of the point of the essay.
Okay.
Come by at 2 o'clock.
I will come by at 2. She's not part of this, is she?
No, I'm not. I'm going to give you a microphone that's going to work a little better,
Okay.
hopefully.
How is this? Okay. I hope the first part of the recording wasn't a waste. Okay. Okay. Albert, we did it 2 ways. Which way did you like me better?
Can I ask a question?
Of course.
Where I'm struggling is obviously the second way is the right way. It's a non-confrontational way. I get that. But if I'm in your rule, there are certain freedoms of speech in my role as an educator that are inappropriate, in my opinion.
Okay, let me ask you these questions, and
Okay.
then if it's not clear to you, ask me again.
Okay.
We did it 2 ways. Which way could you like me better? The first or the second? As a human being, which way
as a
could
human
you like
being,
me better?
Obviously, the easy answer is the second way. However, if I have standards and you don't hold me to those,
Ask me the questions later.
Okay,
But first,
questions
let me
later.
ask you questions.
okay,
Which way did you like me better?
the second way would be better.
Of course, I'm being nice to you. I'm
Yes.
being helpful to you. You like me better the second way. Which way could you respect me more?
The first way, not at all. The second way, I could respect you more.
Yeah, did I look like an idiot the second way? The first way I
You
looked
did
like
not
an
look
idiot.
like an idiot the second way.
The first way I did.
Yes,
I'm losing control. I'm getting angry.
yes,
The second way, you can respect me more than the first way.
yes.
If other students were watching, which way would they respect me more? The first or the second?
I'm qualifying this by saying the second.
You're thinking like, are you an administrator?
Yeah,
You're
yes.
thinking like an administrator.
'Kay.
Think like I just did this role play with you.
'Kay.
How did you feel? Now, which way do you think kids would respect me more? The way I acted?
second way.
The second way, because I'm not getting angry. I'm not losing self-control. They'd respect me more the second way. The second way, did you want to keep on cursing?
No.
You stopped. The first sentence you used a bad word, and you didn't use it again. I didn't ask you even once to stop cursing at me, and you did it by yourself. Which way are you more likely to try harder to learn in my class?
The second way.
And the second way, did you feel that I care about you?
Better than the first way, yes.
Do you feel I didn't care a little bit? The second thing,
Better, obviously better than the first way.
much better. I care about
Right.
you. What do I care about the curse words? If I care about the curse words, I'm giving Albert a wonderful weapon to use against me. For Albert to defeat me, he doesn't even have to hit me. He just needs to say some stupid curse words, and I go bonkers, and I look like an idiot to him and to the rest of the class, and he wants to keep on cursing me. But I lose a student in the process. And now if any of you want to make a fool out of me, you know exactly how to do it. Just say these stupid curse words and I go bonkers. The real problem is that he failed. The curse words only let me know how upset he is. So I pay attention to what's really bothering him, then I can help him and save a student instead of losing a student. So personally, I believe that freedom of speech is not a mistake even regarding curse words. Now, I'm not implying that you're not allowed to say anything about curse words. It's not my point. If my students come from a neighborhood where everybody curses and their parents curse, and to them it's normal to curse, there's nothing wrong with me explaining to the class there are certain words that are not appropriate. If you're going to talk like this in the outside world, you won't get a good job. If you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, their parents might not let you see them. If you talk like this to a police officer, he might arrest you. Please try to find a nicer way to talk to me. I'm not angry at you because you have crappy vocabulary, and I'm certainly not going to punish you. You do have freedom of speech. But freedom of speech means that you counter words with words, not with punishments. But we're afraid that if we don't punish kids for the way they talk, they're going to do it even more. It's the other way around. There are teachers who spend so much time punishing kids for the way they talk, and they think they're stopping the kids from using the bad words. They're actually making them want to do it even more. Now, you still have some reservations about this.
Yes.
Again, okay, what's the problem with this?
I think that we as educators need to set standards on what is appropriate and what isn't appropriate.
The best way to set standards is by our own behavior.
Mm-hmm.
If I get angry at you for the way you talk, you're going to hate me, and you're going to want to do the opposite of what I want. But if I treat you with respect, you're going to like me, you may come to admire me. And when we admire people, we unconsciously imitate them. So if I get you to like me and respect me, in the long run, you're going to want to talk like me. And if I talk nicely, you're going to end up talking nicely also. We are the models for our children. But if I get angry at you for the way you talk, you're going to want to get me angry even more because you're angry at me. And another thing that happens is that by getting angry at kids for cursing, we're teaching them they should get upset when they're cursed. Because if I'm getting upset by it, it means it's very hurtful to hear these words. So if it happens to you, are you going to think, no big deal? They're cursing me, they're not allowed to curse me. So by us getting angry at children for the way they talk, we're unwittingly teaching them they should also get upset when people talk badly to them. And as I showed you this morning, when we get angry at people for being nasty to us, they do it even more. So unwittingly, by punishing kids for talking this way, we're making them more vulnerable to verbal attacks. Again, there's nothing wrong with explaining that we don't use these words. Nothing wrong with that, so don't worry about it.
Okay.
Okay. You're still not sure about it?
I would agree to disagree with you.
Okay, you don't have to agree.
Okay.
And by the way, okay, nobody has to do what I'm teaching. I take this all as suggestions. If you like it, try it. If you get good results, keep on doing it. If you don't like it, don't do this. I'm not requiring anybody to do what I teach. But I've had so many teachers tell me, no, that's what I do. I don't get angry. And then the kids feel foolish for putting me, for cursing me, and they stop doing it. So try it and see what happens. Okay. Getting back to the PowerPoint. Let's see if this turns it on. How do we get the PowerPoint to work again? Oh, there. Okay, very good. Okay. Okay, I did these things earlier today, most of them. The next thing I want to teach you is to use my two, what I call magic responses. And these are responses for adults to use when kids come complaining that they were bullied. He called me a bad name, she hit me or something like that. Most of the acts of bullying in school do not happen right in front of the eyes of a teacher. Of course, if kids are picking on each other or tormenting each other and you see them, you have to tell them to go cut it out, see what's going on, see if you can help them resolve the situation nicely. The problem is, most of these incidents happen when no adult is looking. And then the kids come complaining to us, he did this to me, she said that to me, and we have to start investigating and punishing. And meanwhile, we didn't even see what happened. And as I said earlier today, most of the bullying that goes on between kids, whether it's at home with our own children or in school, is actually caused by the adults. It's caused by the attempts of the adults to make the children stop bullying each other. I'm going to play a teacher, and I need two volunteers to come up here and play students. Again, it's not going to be hard. Anybody can do this. It's so much easier with children. Nobody's going to think badly of you if you volunteer. They'll admire you. And you will have fun. I hope. Okay, good. One of you put this on. Goes over the ear.
Maybe
Pull it down further. No, just pull it down over your ear. Pull it down. Hold this. Your name is?
Ron?
Ron, okay. And your name is?
Kristen.
Okay, let's turn this on. Kristen, okay. Ron, you're going to call Kristen an idiot. Not when the teacher is listening, because you're not that foolish. And Kristen, you're going to come and tell the teacher, Mr. Kalman, that Ron called you an idiot. Go ahead.
You're an idiot.
Mr. Kalman,
What-
Ron
what?
called me an idiot.
You call Kristen an idiot?
Yes,
Why did you call her an idiot?
because she's an idiot.
There are no idiots in this school. Now you apologize to her.
Sorry, idiot.
Let me just fix this first. Okay. You apologize to her.
I'm sorry, idiot.
That is not an apology. Now you apologize to her, I said. You apologize right now. That's bullying. You can't call kids bad names.
I'm really sorry.
Say it like you mean it. Without a smirk on your face. You
I'm really
apologize
sorry.
sincerely, I said. You can't go around hurting people's feelings.
I'm really sorry, Kristen.
Does he seem sincere to you?
No, he doesn't.
It doesn't seem very sincere. Now, I'm going to send you to the principal's office. He's going to have his parents send you for counseling because you can use some empathy training. Go to the principal's office. I'm sick and tired of you calling kids bad names. I said go to the principal's office. You apologize sincerely or you go to the principal's office.
Now you're acting like an idiot. I'm
Get
sorry.
out of my class! Okay, good job. Let's give him a round of applause. Good job. We're not done. Kristen, how do you like what I did? Talk to the mic.
I felt like you were protecting me.
Yeah, you liked it.
I liked it.
What do you like to do the next time that a student insults you?
I'm going to come and tell you again.
I think just about everybody this morning agreed that we want our children to learn to solve their social problems on their own. I have taught them, come to me for help. Kristen has to be nuts to deal with, remind me of your name again?
Ron,
Ron. She has to be nuts to deal with Ron by herself if she can get me to do this for her. Did this process make you like Ron better?
No.
Do you feel justified being angry at him?
Yes, I do.
He's apologizing and sincerely. I'm letting you know he did a terrible thing to you. You should be very upset with him. Ron, did I make you like Kristen better?
no?
Are you more mad at her now?
Yeah.
No, because she got you in trouble. So both of my students are now more angry at each other than before I got involved. Ron, did I make you like me better now?
No.
Are you mad at me?
Yes.
So now one of my own students is angry at me too over some nonsense that had nothing to do with me. What do you feel like doing to Kristen now?
Waiting till you're not looking and calling her an idiot.
I have just created the next incident. He's going to look for the next opportunity to do it again, and maybe he'll say something worse to her because she got him in trouble. Do you feel like learning from me now?
No.
I'm losing a student here. I'm getting paid a salary to teach both of my students. I have just lost one because I'm playing judge and denying them freedom of speech. Did this process teach you that you should or should not be upset by insults?
Should not be upset by insults.
So why am I punishing Ron? Did he do a terrible thing to you?
He did do a terrible thing.
Okay, a little closer.
Yes,
Yeah.
he did a terrible thing.
So if he did a terrible thing to you, should people be upset by insults?
Well, in this case, yes,
Yeah, in this
because
case, by
then
what
I
I-
can come and tell you, and then you'll protect me. And
Yeah. But my behavior has taught you that you should be upset by insults. People deserve to be punished for insulting people. Everybody, I think almost everybody agreed that we do not want our kids to be easily upset by insults. I have just taught them they should be outraged by insults. And if they become outraged by insults, they're going to continue being insulted. Did you learn this way that people are responsible for their own feelings?
no.
No, he's responsible for the way you feel. I'm handicapping my students emotionally. I'm teaching them their non-control of their own feelings. Did you learn this way that people have freedom of speech? Not in this country. If you say the wrong thing, you get punished. Freedom of speech is a lie in this country. Kristen, do you come out of this incident feeling like you're a bully or a victim?
I feel like a victim because he's insulting me.
Yeah, he did a bad thing to you. You're a victim. Ron, now that you have to go to the principal's office and be sent for counseling, do you come out feeling like you're a bully or a victim?
A victim.
A victim. Two victims. One incident, two victims. And in case you didn't notice, I now have a psychopathic student on my hands. Ron insults Kristen and he apologizes insincerely. And now he wants to call her an idiot again. You call her a bad name and now you want to do it again to her. Where did I get the psychopathic student from? I'll explain where I got him from. Of the two kids in front of me, Which one of them is the bigger victim? Ron is the bigger victim. All Ron did was call Kristen an idiot. Kristen could have chosen to ignore him, to laugh about it, to ask him, oh, how do you think I can be smarter? Instead, she tells the teacher on him, and now he has to go to the principal's office and be sent for counseling. What we did to Ron is much, much worse than what Ron did to Kristen. But we take the so-called bully, we turn him into a bigger victim, and then we're amazed that bullies don't feel remorse. According to the bullying theory, bullies can't feel remorse. And it's not true. The bullying researchers have discovered that most kids who get accused of being bullies are capable of remorse. If they discover that they truly did hurt another kid, they usually do feel bad about it. It's not bullies who don't feel remorse, it's victims who don't feel remorse, because the victims are the aggrieved party. They're the good party. Victims do not feel remorse. Victims want revenge. So we take the so-called bully, we turn him into a bigger victim, and then we're surprised that he doesn't feel remorse. It's because he has now become the bigger victim. What's going on here, when Kristen comes to tell me that Ron called her an idiot, Kristen wants me to put the responsibility on Ron's shoulders. When Ron calls Kristen an idiot and Kristen gets upset, who's making Kristen upset? You made yourself upset, so why am I punishing Ron? How would you like it if I came in front of your house? I looked for a crack on your sidewalk. I threw myself down. I called the police and filed a report. I got in touch with my lawyer, and we sued you for $20,000. Would you like it if I did that to you? You'd hate it. Would my behavior be ethical? It's criminal behavior. Yes, you do have a crack on your sidewalk. I'm staging an accident, and you have to pay the price. And it's the very same thing here. Yes, Ron did call Kristen an idiot. Kristen upsets herself, and Ron has to pay the price. There's nothing moral about punishing kids for insulting each other. Now we're going to do it again, and this time I'm going to use my first magic response for adults. Again, Ron called Kristen an idiot, and Kristen come and tell the teacher.
You are still an idiot.
Teacher, Ron's calling me an idiot.
Really?
Yes.
Do you believe him?
No, I'm not an idiot.
Oh, good. I don't believe him either.
But he keeps calling me an idiot.
You don't believe him, do you?
No, but why
good,
does
I don't
he keep
either.
calling me an idiot?
Okay, good question. Now, time out for a second. Usually you'll discover, and you can try this at home with your own kids. You ask the kid, do you believe it? They say no. You say, good, I don't either. They stand there confused for a couple of seconds, and they go back to playing with their friends. But let's say the kid makes a big deal about it, because let's say the adults in their lives have always made a big deal about it. So you're going to make a big deal. Do you believe him?
No, but he keeps calling me one.
Do you want him to stop?
Yeah, I want him to stop.
Now, when he calls you an idiot, Kristen, do you get upset?
I get really upset.
Yeah. When you get upset, does Ron feel sad or happy?
I don't know. He's just mean.
Do you look at his face? Does he look sad or happy when you get upset?
I don't look at his face.
Well, try looking at it. What do you think? Do you think he feels bad that he called you an idiot?
He doesn't look like he feels bad that he called me an
Yeah,
idiot.
he laughs about it. He likes to see you getting upset. Do you want him to be happy when he calls you an idiot?
No.
Now, let's say he were to call you an idiot and it didn't bother you, you didn't care. Would it be fun for him?
Probably not as fun.
Yeah, he only does it to get you upset. So let him do it all he wants. Let him see that it doesn't bother you, and you see that before long he leaves you alone. Try for a couple of days.
But it
until-
does bother me. You want
Why-
me
why
to
does
pretend it doesn't bother me?
Okay. If you're not, by the way, it's the adults who are skeptical. Kids are so happy to discover this, but adults, when they're role playing, they complicate it. But you're not sure it's going to work. Okay, let's say she's still not sure. I'll practice with you. Call me an idiot.
You're an idiot.
I'm not an idiot. Don't call me an idiot.
But you are.
I'm not an idiot. Don't call me an idiot.
even more like an idiot.
Don't call, no, I'm not. Now leave me alone already. Okay. Isn't this kind of fun?
It is kind of
Okay.
fun.
Is this going to make you want to stop calling me an idiot?
No, I want to keep doing it.
Okay. Now do it again. Call me an idiot.
You're an idiot.
No, I do stupid things every day.
Yeah, you do?
Yes.
All right, I don't want to call you that anymore. It's not as fun.
If you want to, it's okay. It's only fun if you get upset. So let him do it all he wants, and you'll see that after a couple of days he stops doing it.
Okay.
Just try it for a couple of days and see what happens. If they don't get it by explaining, role play with them, and then you'll see that they do get it. Now, if I always do it the second way, by asking you, do you believe him, you say no, and I say good. Are you going to continue coming to me for help when a student insults you?
No, I'll try to ignore them first.
Yeah. You'll try to ignore them. First of all, there's no big payoff. I don't punish anybody for insulting you. But if I do it the second way, is it going to be harder for you to handle by yourself in the future or easier?
It'll be easier.
Easier because you realize it's no big deal. You can handle it by yourself. The second way that I make you more angry at Ron.
Are you getting more angry?
No, the second way that I make you more angry at Ron.
No.
Because you realize it's no big deal. He said some nonsense. What's to get upset at him for? Ron, the second way that I make you more angry at Kristen.
No.
No, because she didn't get you in trouble. You're not
No.
more angry at her. The other way, I made them both more angry at each other. The second way, do you have to get back at Kristen?
No. Might try it again, but if
And
I
she
got the
doesn't get
same
upset, you'll
response,
stop.
yeah.
But the first way, you really want to get back at her because she got you in trouble. You might even want to hit her the second way. The first way, I mean. The second way, there's no reason to get revenge. I did not create the next incident the second way. The second way, Ron, did I make you angry at me?
No.
Did I lose a student?
Not that I know of.
Did I lose you as a student? Neither one. The first way, I lost Ron as a student. The second way, I didn't lose either one as a student. The second way, did you learn that people should or should not get upset by insults?
Should not get upset.
Yeah, nothing to
Yeah.
get upset about. The second way, did you learn that you're responsible for your own feelings?
Yes.
Now, the first way I taught you, he's responsible for your feelings. The second way, you learn your feelings are in your own control. The second way, did you learn that people have freedom of speech?
Yes.
Yeah, people can say whatever they want. You don't have to get upset by it. You don't have to believe it. But they're allowed to say nonsense if they want to. The second way, Kristen, did you come out feeling like you're a bully or a victim?
No.
Neither. Ron, the second way, did you come out feeling like you're a bully or a victim?
Maybe a bully.
A big bully or a little bully?
A little bully.
A little one, which is okay. There's nothing wrong with feeling like you did something wrong. But the first way you feel like a victim, the second way a little bully, it's okay. And neither of you feels like a victim. Neither of them has to get revenge now. I got everything that I wanted. I just asked, do you believe him? You said no, and I said good, I don't either. And I got all of the right results. Now, there's another way I can handle it, which I kind of like even better. And you can try this at home with your own kids, to be sure if it works or not. Come and tell me that Ron called you an idiot.
Teacher, Ron called me an idiot.
You know what? I'm a bigger idiot than you are.
Why?
You think just because I'm a teacher, I'm not an idiot?
Well, nobody's an idiot.
Talk to my kids, they'll tell you. Okay. If I do it this way, are you going to get upset when somebody calls you an idiot?
No, probably just confused that you didn't side with me right away.
But also, if I, the teacher, can call myself an idiot, you learn that it's nothing to get upset about. Now, don't think, oh, but the kids are going to think the teacher's an idiot. It's a joke, and the kids know it's a joke. So you make a joke out of it. I'm a bigger idiot than you are, and the kids learn that it's nothing to get upset about. Now, some people will ask me at this point, if I do it my way with my magic response, what is going to prevent Kristen from going home telling her parents that Ron called her an idiot, and now I have to face angry parents? It's a very good question. A lot of people today are afraid to do it my way. They're afraid they're going to get in trouble with angry parents. You have nothing to be afraid of. You are far more likely to get in trouble with angry parents if you do it the mandated way by investigating and punishing than if you do it my way. You have to realize that most of the time when parents come complain to the school that the teacher is doing nothing to stop their children from being bullied, it's not true. The school is trying very hard to make the bullying stop, but what the school is doing isn't working, and it's making things worse.